Hello again. In this video I'm going to talk about CFL expansion in Halifax as well as other locations within the Maritimes. Now what's different about this video is expansion in the Maritimes is highly likely, and there already is a lot in motion in regards to expansion in the Maritimes. So let's look at the area, the Maritimes. Now there's a total population in the three provinces of 1.8 million people. Now to compare that to Saskatchewan, which has 1.1 million people, we have a bunch of large cities. So Halifax, over 400,000 people, which is about the size combined of Regina and Saskatoon together. Now we have Moncton, 144,000, and I added in the drive times to Halifax because Halifax is likely the city that's going to get the team. So the drive from Moncton to Halifax is 2 hours 45 minutes. And for me to compare that, living in Vancouver, that's about how long realistically it takes me to drive from Vancouver to Seattle to watch Seahawks games. Now there's a few other cities that are over 100,000 people, and Charlottetown, close to 70,000 people with a drive time of 3 hours 30 minutes, which is still reasonable. Now, to compare that drive from Saskatoon to Regina, which is 2 hours 20 minutes, which a lot of people do quite often. Now, the history of the CFL in Atlantic Canada. There have been many exhibition, regular season games that have been played over the years in Halifax and Moncton. There was an expansion team approved in 1984, but they had stadium issues and never played a game. And the exhibition and regular season games have been called Touchdown Atlantic, and they've been rather successful. Now, in the soccer world, Halifax got a soccer team in the CPL, the Canadian Premier League, called the HFX Wanderers FC, and they began play in 2019. Now, the importance of that is that it's a pro team in Atlantic Canada, one of the first. Now, modern history, what's going on? November 2017, there was talks between the CFL and an ownership group, and there were some pretty big names from the hockey world, part of that group. In 2018, the ownership group was called Maritime Football Limited, met with many groups between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia about stadiums, where to play. In 2018, the CFL announced that a season ticket drive would proceed. Also in 2018, the Maritime Football Limited changed their name to Schooner Sports and Entertainment. And then they announced that 6,000 season ticket deposits were made, which is to get a CFL team, that's really good. And they even have a name. They're going to use the Atlantic Schooners name, and that was announced 2 days before the Grey Cup in 2018 on November 23rd. So what's the holdback? Well, you guessed it. Stadiums, and, well, the pandemic didn't help. So in Halifax, you have Husky Stadium, which has a capacity of 2,000 people. Not big enough. And in 2005, when they had the Touchdown Atlantic, they temporarily raised the capacity to 11,000. But even that is too small for a team. Now, the Moncton Stadium has a capacity of 10,000, and it has been temporarily increased to 25,000 for various events. The Touchdown Atlantic, there was a World Track and Field Championship held there, as well as the Women's World Cup in 2015. Also in Halifax, you have the Wanderers grounds, which is where they play the soccer, and that's a capacity of 6,200. Now, between Halifax region and the ownership group, they came to a price tag of the stadium of $94 million, and that would have a stadium capacity of about 24,000. And they're trying to build a similar model to what Ottawa had when they got expansion. They had the idea of putting the stadium in Shannon Park. I believe that's outside Dartmouth, but that was nixed by the region, and so they still have to figure out where the stadium's going to be. but they believe it's going to be in the Halifax area. And City Hall, the region, they've put the stadium on the back burner while the pandemic's going on. So what's the outlook? When will the team play? Well, the original plan was for 2021, but I mean that year has kept changing over the years. More realistically, the soonest that they could play is 2023. And with the current stadium situation, it seems like they're likely to start in a temporary stadium, whether that's in Halifax or Moncton, while the permanent stadium is being built. Now, as I said before, this is highly likely to happen. It's a matter of when, not if. The Maritimes will get a CFL team. Thank you for watching. Here's a little photo of me when I made a work visit to Halifax. I'm wearing my BC Lions hat in the photo. But what are your thoughts? Should Halifax get a team? Where should the stadium be? Thank you for watching.